A 45-page federal indictment accuses Mayor Latoya Cantrell and her former security officer Jeffrey Vappy of using his city job and her authority to bill taxpayers for his salary while on trips disguised as official work.
The reason why we have evidence is because it is supported by reality.
Prosecutors say Vappy faked timesheets and activity logs
to her bodyguard. They said she liked doing it to her bodyguard when nobody's around, but she's doing it to him on the clock. You're not allowed to do it to your bodyguard on the clock. I think you can do it to your bodyguard if you a lady. Like if you a man, you got a lady bodyguard. You can't do it. Like the Black Panther, he couldn't. He wasn't allowed to. Shout out to the lady mayor in New Orleans because she was doing it to her bodyguard. Allegedly, allegations say that she was doing it to her bodyguard. Coming from the Reverend Dr. William O'Shea Duke Jackson. The video I'm watching is New Orleans Mayor cheek clapping ends her career. Dang.
Latoya Cantrell was sworn in as the first female mayor of New Orleans. Now, this was a historic accomplishment, being that she is black and, of course, female. But there's another interesting twist to this. Latoya Cantrell is not even from New Orleans. Better yet, Louisiana. Latoya Cantrell,
she like Muhammad Ali,
is from California, and she happened to go to Xavier University in Louisiana and ended up staying in New Orleans and worked her way up to become the mayor. This great achievement. She was also married or happily married to her husband, Jason Cantrell, who was right there by her side when
shout out Jason Cantrell
got sworn in.
History, winning an election to become New Orleans' first female mayor. And now, in Mayor Latoya Cantrell's second term, her husband of many years has passed away.
That was a big-ass hand.
Cantrell was a lawyer in the city of New Orleans and was known amongst public officials. Unfortunately, during her second term, he passed away. But while he was sick, Latoya Cantrell allegedly started dealing with somebody in her personal detail, police officer and bodyguard Jeffrey Vappy. Now, this is very interesting.
And she trying to get that who will always. She trying to get that shit going.
Jeffrey Vappy at the time was also married.
What?
And as you know, it is illegal for a mayor to be sleeping with her bodyguard or police.
Is that illegal? Is that written in law? Where is that? That's what I would say if I was her. Where is that? Where they wrote it? Let me see it.
Sir. And that's bad too. The issue with her is not only was she having an affair, she was using the city's money for fraudulent.
Y'all trying to tell me she don't favor the champ? I know y'all like, yo, Mark, shut up. You don't know what you talking about. You can't talk about how nobody look. She don't look nothing like the champ to y'all. All right, man, I'm gonna be quiet.
What's wrong with you?
For an example, Mayor Latoya Cantrell was upgrading her flights to first class or business class on the taxpayers' dime. And when she was called out on it, did she want to pay it back?
All expenses incurred doing business on behalf of the city of New Orleans will not be reimbursed to the city of New Orleans. One thing is clear, I do my job, and I will continue to do it with distinction, with dignity and integrity every step of the way. And so that's what I have to say on that now.
Okay, she made it pretty clear. I believe her, I think. I don't know, I ain't down there, y'all let me know.
Not at first. She says, listen, y'all not about to get reimbursed. I do my job. I'm ethical.
Huh?
That's what she was saying in public. She does her job.
You have lost your mind.
For real?
Well, let's see how good she was doing her job.
Earlier today, a federal grand jury returned an 18-count superseding indictment charging New Orleans Mayor Latoya Cantrell and former New Orleans Police Department officer Jeffrey Paul Vappy II. They are charged with a series of fraud, obstruction of justice, and false statement offenses for their role in a nearly 3-year fraud scheme that we allege exploited their public authority and positions.
Now, in this,
no money involved. Just this got to be deeper than the cheek clapping, right? Charges.
FBI indictment, the individual is saying she exploited her position as well as Jeffrey Vappy as the mayor of New Orleans. But it gets worse.
The indictment alleges that in October of 2021, Mayor Cantrell and Jeffrey Vappy, a member of her executive protection team, developed a personal, intimate relationship From that time until Mr. Vappy's retirement in June of 2024, they embarked on a scheme to defraud the City of New Orleans and the New Orleans Police Department. By exploiting Vappy's job and Cantrell's authority as mayor to have the city and the New Orleans Police Department pay Vappy's salary and expenses during the times that Vappy claimed to be on duty, but when he was actually engaged in personal activities.
He was working all right.
Usually with Ms. Cantrell, but sometimes alone at the Pentalba apartment.
Now, she was misusing public funds to support personal travel and accommodations while falsely billing the city under the guise of official protection needs. In other words, Jeffrey Vappy was getting paid overtime and money, but they were at the city-owned luxury apartment for personal meetings during work hours, okay? Booty clapping it up, doing all sorts of things out in the open, okay? This lady's husband just died. She was doing this with this man while her husband was still alive, dying, okay? And then lying.
While he was dying? Damn, that's kind of messed up. I ain't know that part. You cold-blooded, champ.
About the fact that she had a romantic relationship with Mr. Jeffrey Vappy. Now, Mr. Jeffrey Vappy is also a person that has a really good connection to the city of New Orleans. His own father was a police officer. All right, so he's kind of I won't call him an aristocrat, but he definitely is connected. All right.
Right. He plugged in around the city. People know him. You know his family. They come from good peoples. I mean, he was doing it to the mayor. This does seem like a bit of a lot. They probably was just, I don't know. I don't want to just give them the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully they were still working, but it could have been a thing where, okay, he was her bodyguard, but sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But they got to clock out every time he stick it in? What you trying to say? I guess that's why you can't do it to your bodyguards. All right, I get it. I understand. I get it.
So at the same time, they're using the city's money to do whatever the hell they feel like it. And they both know it's wrong. And they're lying about it.
The indictment further describes the many steps that Cantrell and Vappy took to hide their scheme and to perpetuate their continued fraud, including using a secure messaging platform, WhatsApp. Specifically, Cantrell and Vappy used the WhatsApp platform to exchange over 15,000 messages, pictures, and audio clips in an 8-month period.
They had to keep it on the low.
They also used WhatsApp to intimidate subordinates, to harass a citizen, to lie to colleagues and associates.
They was all kind of lie to citizens, harass associates. They didn't even steal nothing though. How much time can you get for this? You know what I'm saying? This kind of stuff, you go to jail on the weekends. You ever hear people getting locked up like that? You could just come in on the weekend and leave back out because you stole some greeting cards.
Delete evidence, to make false statements to FBI agents.
So not only are you guys on WhatsApp sharing 15,000 messages over.
She don't walk like Muhammad Ali though. You know what I'm saying? She got very ladylike walk. Her walk don't really fit everything else that I'm seeing. It's real demure. All right, I'm gonna be quiet.
Months. You're basically intimidating witnesses, okay? You're intimidating people. You're lying to federal investigators in grand.
That's what she like, my cousin Riella. Shout out Riella.
Jurors. All right, they got all the evidence. And I don't understand why people believe that you can come out and say, oh, yeah, I didn't do that. And then once the feds see all of those messages, what can you say? You can't say anything because it's the truth. And this is very similar to what we've seen with Tiffany Henyard. And
you don't know if it's the truth. Who? Let me see them again. Let me see that paperwork. Let me see those messages. Let me check them. I'm not sure. How do you know it's me?
Illinois. Although Tiffany Henyard's situation is a lot worse and it's a higher spin of public use.
See, Tiffany Henyard did a bunch of other terrible things along with the, human resources department type stuff they doing. You know what I'm saying? Human resources. You understand? She did a bunch of other stuff. It wasn't like she just jacked one dude off and then, they treating her bad. No. She's been stealing and plotting, rolling like a mafia boss. You know what I'm saying? She got a bunch of other stuff going on. This lady, she took trips that she was probably going to take anyway. I don't know. I'm going to look deeper into it. But for right now, it looks like she took a couple trips as the mayor of New Orleans to try to get, I don't know, more people to come to Mardi Gras, or get some crawfish in there. So I don't know what your mayoral business might be out of town, mayor's conferences, things of that nature. And you needed your security with you. It wasn't her fault it was romantic. It wasn't her fault they had a candlelight dinner. They was going to have dinner regardless. This just so happened to be a candlelit dinner in a lovely, elegant restaurant paid for by the taxpayers of New Orleans. That's just how it goes.
Here we have blacks, again, black Americans, or if we want to say it in this case, black women who are in the position to help a black city. And then when they are caught up, they're completely unaccountable. Like, look at how you talk to your city.
One thing is clear, I do my job.
The city of New Orleans won't be getting this and that from me. No, I'm doing business. I do my job. Yeah, you do your job, booty clapping job.
Oh.
And basically, this is kind of what you see from a lot of black politicians begging the citizens to basically get into office. Then once you get into office, you give
Act a damn fool. For so many. Now, I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of people do.
your ass to kiss and you use the money from the city you're supposed to be trying to help develop for your own personal gain. And then what this shows to the public is that most black politicians who are
How they choose this person? Let me see that again. And look, I'm bald-headed. I'm not, it ain't that. You know what I'm saying? That's an AI. That's an AI. They pulled up they said, could you put a slave in a suit? Can you put a Mississippi slave and put him in a nice tan brown suit? No. A gray suit. A gray executive's package.
Look is that most black politicians
Oh shit. Like if James Evans had a country brother.
and what this shows to the public is that
shout out to this nigga, AI or not. And shout out to this little thing right here. All right, go ahead, oh shit.
black politicians who are supposed to be in these black cities, they're mostly Democratic. They can't be trusted, all right? Like a city like New Orleans.
And like Ed Reed would, but living on the streets. Ed Reed with cancer.
Rich in history, rich in culture, giving a black female an opportunity to the same thing happening in the city of Philadelphia with their mayor, Sherelle Parker, which allegedly, from what I understand, gave herself a raise and did not want to give sanitation workers a raise. And we all know what happened in the city of Philadelphia. Trash was just there stinking it up. I mean, what does this say about black female leadership in these cities? I hear so many black women talking about, we ought to be leaders. We can do what men are doing. Men are corrupt. Yeah, and
they keep showing this AI. Nick, I refuse to believe he exists. Oh, that's a lace front. That's a lace. What is this? Oh, man. This dude is creeping me out, man. Oh yeah, black leaders. Yeah, some people say women ain't fit to lead. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying some people be saying that. I'm not one of them people to be saying that. I think women can. I'm not saying. I don't think that leadership qualities are common. Period. Right? But I also believe they're less common in women. Take with that what you will. Anyway, back to this nigga headline. He got a reverse edge up. He got an outline.
Are corrupt in public office. I mean, we've seen a lot of evidence of that. But now what you're seeing with a lot of women is that they're having problems. And what's happening from...
They definitely AI. They got that little AI, I don't know what the fuck you call it. It almost looked too perfect, too great. You're like, who filmed this shit, nigga? Whose iPhone?
Women that are coming into the political scenes is that they really don't have from what I've been seeing, the ones that have been having problems, no respect for other citizens. It's almost like, what about me? What am I getting? And since I'm your leader, I get to do whatever the hell I want.
Right.
And what can you do about it? It's a big problem in Black America with political leadership or people in the religious space. I get to do whatever I feel like, and I don't have to basically uphold my bargain when it comes to satisfying you. And that's a person that has a seller's market mentality. And this is quite obvious. You see it, in many parts of the third world, somebody pretending to give you something or want to do business with you. And as soon as you pay for it, they act like you're the problem. That happens in third world countries. It shouldn't happen in America, right? And now you're hearing this situation happen.
We got a free market and everybody can always go somewhere else. Yeah, I get it. But let me know what you think. Should she be getting this sort of treatment? Should she be getting charges brought against her for just, doing what she do, for backing it up? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And please turn on your notifications so that you know when we drop.